Oh boy. How's everybody doing? Morning, Brennan. You've been drag dogging? You've been finding fun stuff? My Easter was okay. It was just okay. I got incredibly sick, which is why I didn't stream yesterday. I ate normal food for the first time in like a 2-month period, and I got incredibly sick. I was up all night being sick, so there you go. Pausing Dragon's Dogma and running to the toilet, and then coming back to Dragon's Dogma, and then pausing it and running back to the toilet. So it's good, you know. It was nice to see my nephew and, you know, that kind of stuff, but as a whole day it was just kind of a nightmare, I'll put it that way, because oh boy is my body not capable of eating any kind of fat or dairy anymore. It's okay, man. I'm used to getting sick. It's fine. It hasn't happened in a while, but it used to happen all the time. It's like an old friend, you know? Me and insane stomach pain. Best buds. I was like, oh, I forgot how good it felt to feel horrible. I feel a little drained, obviously. I'm very dehydrated. I'm not eating anything just in case. I just had a little piece of bread, and I'm drinking water and coffee. But, yeah, I'm gonna hold off on food probably till dinner time, just in case there's any residual. But yeah. I feel better, just kind of weak and empty. You know, the usual, after a night of your body purging everything inside of it. Brendan, you play Dragon's Dogma. Is there any point to that cool, south of Batal, that awesome tower with a dragon on top of it? You, like, go up a mountain range, and, like, there's a bunch of stone statues, and you think you're gonna fight a Medusa. And then it turns into, like, this cool, like, kind of Greek tower. There's a big dragon on top, and, like, a mystic spear guy joins you to fight. Like, is there any purpose to that place other than being a cool dragon fight? It seemed like there was something I was missing. Okay. Gotcha, buddy. Sphinx riddles. Okay. I'm gonna stream for about 4 hours today, then I'm gonna go to the gym, because the pool opens up around 4. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's like a weird, there's like a big mountain trek, and when you're going up it, there's like statues everywhere. There's like a bridge, and they're like, careful, don't go up here, no one ever returns from the shrine. And there's tons of stone animals and statues, and you're like, oh, okay, there's a Medusa. And then I didn't see a Medusa. And you get to the top, and there's a big tower. There's a dragon on it. And a cool NPC joins you, and he's like, I'm here to help you slay the dragon. I'm like, okay. Is this like a thing? Did I like come here at the wrong time? And then you kill the dragon, and you just kind of leave. And it's like, okay. Like, this feels more special than this. Like, nice, dude. Hell yeah. I still gotta get your pawn in my game. Gotta do that. Gotta do it. So, hey, Laura. I don't know how you're feeling about the game, Brendan, but it feels like, so far, it feels like Mystic Archer is the best. I have the most fun playing Warrior because I like the big charge up Capcom attacks, but like Archer and Mystic Archer feel broken. Like explosive arrows are just like they're just broken. I'm on PS5 too. Yes. Together. Exactly. I think Capcom should have done a Easter themed weekend called He Is Arisen, where we all make Jesus characters and flood the rift with Jesuses. Jesus. Just search, Ethan, search for the channel Bonsai Pop. They do like anime reviews and stuff, and you'll see one about the history of Rurouni Kenshin and the creator, and that's the video we were talking about. He does a huge breakdown of like hundreds of years of Japanese history and how the society got the way it was. And yeah, it's definitely it doesn't make it, nothing makes it okay. Obviously, I'm coming at it from a Western lens, but it yeah, it explains why it was legal over there. But Yeah. How was my yesterday? Did it go well? I mean, it was fun seeing my nephew and stuff, but I got so fucking sick. I was up till like 3 or 4 in the morning. Like, my body just purged everything. Like, it was just, it was bad. It was not a good time. I'm pretty fucking dehydrated today, so sorry if I'm a little sluggish. I'm exhausted. I'll put it that way. I shouldn't have tried to eat normal food. Thank you, moderator. Wow, how helpful having someone share links. I think I got sick from eating cream. I'm not sure though. I ate lamb, I had a little bit of turkey, there was cream and a couple things I ate, but I didn't eat a ton. Like, I stayed in my calorie limit, but oh man, did I get fucking sick. So I'm assuming it was the cream. But hey, you know, we're here now. That's in the past. I've atoned for my sins. My body has purged the evil from within. And now we are here. Cosplaying Chewbacca? No, but if I can't find someone to cut my hair pretty soon, it's gonna get there. We're getting pretty close. It's getting a little ridiculous. Maybe I'll just shave it. If I was Chewbacca, clearly I'd have a bandolier. I mean, come on. Know your characters, guys. Wise druid. It's still so funny to me they came in here and said that. I'm cosplaying a guy who did an 80-day weight loss challenge with friends and didn't cut his hair or beard during the 80 days. And now the guy who used to cut my hair retired because he fucked his arm up, and I'm trying desperately to find somebody else to do it. It's a very specific cosplay. Let it go. Just kidding, I won't. Having hair this long makes swimming a fucking nightmare in a chlorine pool. So I want to get rid of it. Do not want to keep it. So I did get, I mentioned on the last stream, but for anybody who didn't hear, I did get permission on what I'm allowed to work on publicly for the next few paintings. After we're done with this one, we're gonna try and finish this up relatively quick. Once this is done, we're gonna do my final Elden Ring piece for my contract with Meat Bun, which is gonna take a very long time. If you've seen my other Elden Ring things, you know how detailed they are. That's gonna be like a month or two of streaming. That's gonna be a long painting. We're basically, I just have a sketch, there's nothing rendered, so we're basically going start to finish on that, but I'm allowed to stream the whole thing. And then after that, we have some more stuff for Square Enix that I got permission to do, but that's on the back burner. They want the Elden Ring thing done before the DLC. And then after that, we might have some stuff for Baldur's Gate. But, yeah, we'll see what happens. But after this, we're going straight into a big Elden Ring piece. And, yeah. Mr. Meat Bun, no. No, I wish. They did ask me to draw a version of their mascot, though. I guess they want all their artists to do a take. So one of these days, maybe that's what I'll do to, like, practice and clip. Maybe I'll do a Meat Bun thing for their mascot. Hello, Almathea. Oh my god. Deadman, look at you being a moderator. What a fucking moderator. What a guy. I gotta start paying you. Start giving you some royalty. What an awesome fella. Jeez. Yes, the next piece I do for Elden Ring will be the last piece I do with this current process. After that, I'm phasing this out completely. We're going to Clip Studio for the foreseeable future. All three of those have to match, though, as I've explained before, so I gotta do this style for that one, too. I am hoping that because I've done a few, that it'll go quicker than the last one. The last one took quite a long time. This one also won't have 1,000 crystals on it to render, so there's that, which is good. If you've seen the other ones, like, I'll throw one up right now. It's going to be the same size, composition, and format as this, but it's going to be about the Rot characters. So it's going to be Melania and Radon, and a bunch of stuff from the Halig Tree and Kaled. So if you've seen these other pieces, like, these get absurdly detailed. So these take a while. This one took super long, though, because of the crystals. All these crystals, rendering these, like, getting down into, like, the actual, like, this took a long time. So I don't think there's anything in the Rot characters, maybe the flowers, but I can copy paste and warp a lot of those. I don't think there's anything as annoying as the crystals in the Rot piece, so it might go faster. But yeah, we'll see. We will see, chat. But yeah, it's going to be the same size as this, the same format with the figure 8. It's going to be Melania in the bottom with her wings coming up, red. And it's going to be Radon at the top with the dead bodies of the warriors around him with the stars in the sky. And it's going to be all framed out. But yeah. Yep, it's going to be red accents. So the Grace one will be yellow, and then this will be blue, and that'll be red. And it'll be a 3-poster set when they go up for sale together. And yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. So we'll start that up probably in a week or two and see how fast we can get it done. We will see. It's gonna be a long one. It's gonna be a buckle up, coffee up painting, guys. Because we want to get that done before the DLC comes out, which for me, you know, you might think 3 months is plenty of time to do a painting, but for one of those, for how slow I work, guys, let me tell you, we're going to be cutting it close, okay? That's going to be a true test of how much I can focus. And then, depending on the sales, we might do... Well, Meat Bun has a long history with Capcom, so if we want to do a Dragon's Dogma piece, we can. I had a pitch for one, but I think we're waiting to see how the game does and how much they support it. But that might be a summer piece, like July, August or something. We might start a Dragon's Dogma piece. I gotta wait and see what they say. Oh. How's Dragon's Dogma so far? It's Dragon's Dogma. I love it. It's weird to recommend it to other people because it's such a niche thing. Like, it's slow in certain parts on purpose, and I like that because it gets rid of a lot of the stuff in modern games, like fast travel and like beacon, like towers to fill out your map. Like, all that shit's gone. So because there's no fast travel and stuff, like, if you want to go over a mountain to go on a quest and find some monster, you have to, like, get supplies, get a party together, and then, like, spend a few hours going over that mountain to do the thing, and then make a return journey. It's, like, it's very, like, old school D&D with, like, the brutality of, like, just the planning and, like, how difficult things can be. But the most addictive thing about it is the vocations, like the job mixing. They took the thing from Final Fantasy V and Tactics where every job has skills they can only use, but they also learn augments, and you can put the augments on any other class once you learn them. So, like, if you learn dual wielding with this class, you can throw it on another thing and use two of that. Well, like, it's a lot of mixing and matching, and I don't know. I treat that game like a museum. I say that a lot because I do that with certain games where I'm just going through it to see all the Capcom designs and take tons of screenshots. Like, the art is so good that it's just like a tour. It's like a beautiful little vacation I get to live inside, where I get to see all the cool stuff people designed. I love it. It's not for everybody. It's a slow burn. Definition of a slow burn, really. But yeah, if you're into that kind of immersion in something, then I would highly recommend it. If you're more, I don't want to say casual because that's a tainted word after Dark Souls, but if you don't have as much time to throw into a game and you're playing in like quick bursts, I would say probably steer away from it. But yeah, I personally love it. Dragon's Dogma is an IP where nothing else really feels like it. It's a hard thing to describe. It's also funny because, like, even weak enemies can pose like a threat even later in the game. Because, like, you know, if harpy's like a level 1 enemy, but they can pick you up and drop you off things. So if you're on a cliff and a harpy shows up, yeah, that's a weak enemy. But if it picks you up and throws you off the cliff, you're dead. Like, enemies can do things that kill you real fast, even if they're very weak enemies. which I also think is a cool balance thing. It keeps things threatening so you don't have that power scaling problem where you just become a god. Like, even the weakest shit can still destroy you if you're not careful. But yeah, it's not, if you're looking for something with, like, characters and quests like Baldur's Gate, it's not that. It's more combat and exploration focused. It is definitely lacking in the characters and heavy, dense decision-based plot stuff. It's not one of those games. It's a game about, like, vibes. You just walk around, see cool stuff, relax, explore. Yeah. I am waiting to see. So in the original, I do have one complaint about Dragon's Dogma 2. I have one big complaint. It's the only complaint I have about the game so far. In the original Dragon's Dogma, the game was basically incomplete. They had to ship it before it was done. So by way of apology, they made an incredible DLC. And the DLC was one massive dungeon. Huge dungeon with tons of really cool shit, cool visuals, new monsters. And it got to the point where people would only play the DLC. They would ignore the rest of the game because it felt kind of incomplete and the DLC was so good. So for Dragon's Dogma 2, I was like, oh man, they're definitely going to put like huge dungeons everywhere because the dungeon DLC in the first was so successful. But what they did instead, and this is really my only big complaint, is that Dragon's Dogma 2 feels more like they took an opportunity to finish Dragon's Dogma 1 instead of making a true sequel and building off the strengths and adding new shit. Like, there's not that many new monsters. There's not that many dungeons or any dungeons that I've seen so far. Like, I thought for a sequel they'd like double the monsters. I figured like, yeah, we'll see Cyclopses and ogres and shit from the original, but I thought they'd add in a ton of new shit. But I haven't seen that yet. I've seen a couple, just a handful. Maybe they're coming later and I haven't seen them yet. Could totally be fair. I don't know. But I thought there'd be a lot more variety. But it feels more like a finished version of Dragon's Dogma 1 than a sequel. Which I understand since they didn't have an opportunity to finish the first one and they, you know, wanted to complete that vision they had. But also, especially after that DLC, I thought there was going to be like dungeons and shit everywhere. I thought they were going to lean into the strengths, but maybe that's coming. Maybe they're going to follow the first one to a T and release all that shit as stuff they do later. I don't know. But yeah, that's really the only complaint. I thought there'd be more shit to fight and more cool shit to do. Yeah, there's not many new ones. Digimon or Pokemon? Pokemon, obviously. Come on. What kind of question is that? Come on. I don't know anything about the fast travel stuff because I'm on PS5. I think that's more of a Steam thing. You can get into some really funny scenarios though where like if you're fighting something it could draw attention from other things. So like if you're fighting a dragon, a griffin could show up and start fighting you and the dragon. and then a giant cyclops might see that and run over and start fighting you and the griffin and the dragon. And then in the process of fighting them, you might stumble across a den of wolves, and then a den of wolves will start fighting you and the cyclops and the griffin and the dragon. And it just becomes like fucking chaos, but it's super funny. When it happens, it's super funny. Because like a wolf will grab your head and run around the battlefield, dragging you around, thrashing you, while in the background a cyclops is hitting a giant griffin with a mace, and the griffin is fucking clawing the dragon, and the dragon's burning everything, and you're like, this is... like, what? This is just madness. But yeah, it's great. It's also really funny that they programmed so many NPCs to know how to fight. Like, there's a part in the game where you get way up high on a tower where there's like a ballista, and you can look down into the field for like miles and miles and miles. You're looking down into this valley, and you can see giant monsters that are all over the map fighting with NPCs and other monsters in real time. Like, all that stuff's going on in the background while you're playing your game, which is pretty cool. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I forgot I had an imprint. Wow, what a moderator. What a moderator. I forgot I even had an imprint. I haven't looked at that in years, dude. What a mod. I should probably update that. I thought somebody was stealing my work for a minute. I was like, hold up. Who's got an imprint with my name? Goodness. That is my imprint, though. You are correct. I should probably use it more. Killing the mod game over here. What's up, puppy? I hear you shaking. That's a fair question. Digimon has boobs. I mean, okay, I guess. My nephew's feeling okay. Yesterday was a little tough. He was still recovering, so he was, you know, he was not exactly at 100%. He did have one really cute moment yesterday where, he didn't want to eat food. He only wanted to eat dessert. He didn't want to eat dinner. He only wanted strawberry shortcake. And I was like, well, you gotta eat dinner first. Those are the rules. And it got to the point where he was like crying, and we knew he was overtired from the surgery, so we weren't like being super like strict, because we were like, he's not at 100% and he's full of medication, so he's having a bad time. So I said, I'll tell you what, why don't you go lay on the couch, relax, watch some YouTube, charge up, and then when we're ready, we'll have some strawberry shortcake. And he went into the living room and he laid on the couch and he did this. He pulled the blanket up over his head, then pulled it down immediately, jumped off the couch, ran up to me and went, "I'm all charged up!" And I was like, all right, here's some strawberry shortcake. Like, whatever. It's too cute. I'm all charged up. All right, man. You got me. He destroyed me. So I'm streaming for like 3 more hours today. Then I gotta go to the gym. Then I'll stream again tonight when I get back. Not sure what time that's gonna be. Probably like 4 hours after the stream ends, because I gotta get there, work out, swim for an hour or two, then dry off, come home. But yeah, I'll stream again after that. Then tomorrow, the stream will be much later in the day. Tomorrow's another hospital day for my mom, so I gotta get up, take her up to Boston, and then when I get home, I'll stream. So it won't be at the regular time tomorrow. Sorry, guys. But then Wednesday, perfectly normal day. Wednesday, we're streaming all day. Wednesday, we're going 10 hours, baby. 10-hour stream Wednesday. Get ready. Any tips on how to make a world feel cohesive? Design with intention, basically. Like, think about the design motifs you're using and why they're there and who would have them, and like everything in Witch Hat Atelier feels practical and everything feels like it's from the same culture. I think that's the big thing. It's not like scattershot. It's like, you know, most people think like, hey, all the if I'm making a cast of characters, all the characters have to be super different. And it's like, yeah, but if they're all from the same place, if they're all from the same place and they're all part of the same thing, like, if you're building a story where everyone's from the same country or culture or things like that, like, that doesn't necessarily have to be the case. You can do variations on a theme. Like, everything there feels like they all belong to the same area. Whereas if you went to something like, you know, Berserk, everything in Berserk feels like it's in the same world, but they all feel like they're from vastly different cultures. There's like, you know, knights with European armor, and then there's more Germanic stuff, and then there's like, you know, little kids, and there's like a witch, and there's like, you know, it's like a... Everything feels like it's in the same genre and in the same universe, but they don't feel like they're from the same, like, region necessarily. Which at Atelier, it feels like everybody could have grown up in the same, you know, basic space. It feels like a variation of characters that all grew up in the same country. And I think that's cool. Which makes sense for the story it's telling. But yeah. The default thing most people do is they go, all my characters have to be different, and they do like the Baldur's Gate approach, where it's like, here's a vastly different cast of characters that all look vastly different. And that can be cool for that kind of story, but... There you go. Give me 1 second. Let's see. All right. Oh boy. Gonzo. Garbanzo. Alright, I need different music. I'm zoning. I need wake up music. What can we listen to, chat? What can we listen to? Relaxing Donkey Kong music. No. No. Nope, not that. Let's try this. It's called Jazz for People on a Mission. Cowboy Bebop. Okay. Alright. Feels kind of weird painting a snake man to this, but we'll see how we do. What's everybody in chat sacrificing for the eclipse this week? Friends, family, dreams, kingdoms, lovers. Everybody got a sacrifice for the eclipse? If not, you better think of one. It happens to Manya. What am I sacrificing? Well, I think it's gonna be my brother. I'm gonna sacrifice my brother and raise my nephew. I think he's had his time in the sun. You know, we had some good times, but I think my brother's gotta go. I think I'm gonna take over his arcade that he's building. I'm gonna raise his kid, and I'm gonna gain godly powers. I think it's a fair trade, you know? If you're listening to this, bro, I love you, but I mean, come on. I gotta give something to the God hand. What am I gonna do? Kill Mom? Come on. You know it's you. You know it's you. The betrayal will be so sweet. They'll give me anything I desire for a betrayal so sweet. Oh. Oh, God. Sorry, guys. Like I said, I was up all night. Sick. Pretty fucking dead today. If I could find a Griffith helmet that fit me, I'd wear it. 100%. Or a Femto helmet. 100%. Up! Up! Would love a good Vosh. Up! I mean, in the me and Dave relationship, he's the Griffith. So yeah, I guess I could. I guess I should sacrifice Dave. Dave's the one with all the, you know, stuff that I'm trying to like. I'm like, man, that whole speech that Guts gives where he's like, Griffith has a dream and I wish I had a dream and I wish I could emulate more of him and I love him and I respect him, so I got to do my own thing. I identify with that. So I guess Dave would be my Griffith. My pre-eclipse Griffith. Dave hasn't done anything too terrible. But yeah, you're right, I should probably kill Dave. I mean, I am his children's godfather. So if Dave dies, I'm the one that takes care of him, so you know. You're right, chat. We gotta kill Dave. Chat, does anyone else in chat have a Griffith? Dave's my Griffith. Anyone else have a Griffith? Yeah, I think it's a fairly universal thing to have like a rival friend. Like a friend who you love, but you like, I don't know, it's not hate. What's the word? Aspire towards? I don't know. Compare yourself to? I don't know. I don't know what the word would be. There's one plot thread in Berserk I'm really wondering about, and it's who the hell is going to get Guts' Bailet. Because I don't think it would be Guts. Maybe it would be Casca? That would be the most tragic. That's the one thing I want to know, is who the hell is that Bailet for? Guts got a Bailet very early in Berserk. And he's just had it the whole time. And it could be for him or it could be for somebody else. Yeah, it's not the Moonlight Boy. No, I don't don't think he used it to summon the God Hand. That's when he was fighting the Snake Lord. That guy summoned it. Alright, something about this is wrong. I'm trying to figure out what it is. I think it's... Yeah, okay. Another thing my nephew did yesterday because he was so zoned out from the stress and the medicine. I gave him a cracker because he was hungry, and he was like, "It's so good." He was like crying. It tastes so good. So then I offered him another one, and he went, "No." And I said, "You just said you liked it." And he went, "You're wrong." It's like, poor kid is so fucking high on medicine. Sucks. You're wrong. It depends. If they give you certain painkillers, they can make you very, like, loopy. Maybe high isn't the right word medically, but they impair your thinking, and they make you very out of it. I do think the US in general overprescribes. I think that is a thing, though. Oh boy, I'll tell you. I know I have an unhealthy relationship with my diet because last night when I was purging, when I was throwing up and fucking dying on the toilet all night from the food, not on purpose for anyone just joining, I got sick because I ate stuff that I haven't had in a few months. The only thing I could think of was, oh, at least I'll get an accurate reading on the scale tomorrow. That's how I know. That's how I know my brain is in the wrong place. Oh my god, it's Whiplash. I know those drums anywhere. Was I edging or was I gooning? So you do know the difference! Someone told me that Whiplash was the guy version of Silver Linings Playbook. A girl told me, we have Silver Linings Playbook and you have Whiplash. And I was like, that's shockingly close, actually. That's actually very close. What is Silver Linings Playbook? It's a movie about two emotionally broken people that find each other at the right time by practicing how to dance together and winning a big dance competition. It does have one of the best Jennifer Lawrence performances I've ever seen, though. She goes, I trusted you. I opened up to you and you judged me. It's a great line. No. I associate the song with Whiplash, but I think the song's actually called Caravan. I might be wrong. Maybe Caravan's what they play in the practice rehearsal. No, it is Caravan. That's a good joke. When people are at their darkest, guys get a podcast and girls get bangs. Guys start a podcast and girls get bangs. It's true. Goran Gilgovic. No, but I'm going to look it up right now. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I have seen some of this. Yeah. I've seen some of this. He did some Elric stuff. Yeah. Some really cool character silhouettes. I've seen his dwarf dude and his skull guy. Yeah. Also, dwarf dude and skull guy. Great idea for an IP. Feel free to take that, chat. Take that and run with it. Yeah. Run the dungeon. Yeah, these are cool. Yeah, those are very cool. Those feel like the old Wayne Barlow illustrations, like Barlow's Guide to Extraterrestrials and stuff. Feels very 70s in like the best possible way. Wow. You know, jazz is actually pretty good work music. This is like scratching that same itch that hip hop scratches for me. Must be the rhythm. Before I burst the 10-minute tradition of YouTubers becoming what? MMA fighters? For enough money, I'd do it right now. I'll get the shit kicked out of me for $1 million. I'll do it. Way I see it, chat. I got the shit kicked out of me for years for free. Might as well make some money off it. That was a dark joke. Scratch that. Pretend I didn't say that. We're gonna move past that, chat. Damn. This overlap is very weird. The way this like blends into the skin, because like the skin's attached to it, is very weird. I'm just trying to get it right. It's like some parts are attached, so the shadow is very shallow, and then it kind of overhangs and the shadow gets deeper in certain areas. And figuring out where to do that is tricky. Oh my god, it's me. If you're desperate enough, you'll let Mike Tyson beat you up just for the clicks. Not even cash. Can you imagine being such a famous fighter that you punching people can make them rich? Think about that as a concept. Just Mike Tyson punching you in the face and being like, "Congrats, you're a millionaire." Like, it's very funny to me. He's so good at fighting, he can punch you into wealth. Just Mike Tyson coming at you. I'm gonna beat you into a better financial situation. I'm gonna punch you into a fucking bank loan. Ooh, I'm gonna get you a bank loan with my fists. Ugh. You're gonna be so fucking better off financially. Come here.
I think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Alright, chat. Time for me to expose myself as a poser. Alright? Was Cowboy Bebop a manga before it was a show? Or did they just make the show? I don't think I've ever seen a page from the manga in my life if it was a manga. If it was one, I've never seen it. Okay. How often does that happen? I feel like most manga starts as... most anime starts as a manga, right? Is it common for a show to just get made without source material? You think anyone will ever try again, or do you think Netflix killed the live-action dream of Cowboy Bebop? You think anyone will ever do it again? It could be done. It could be done well. Like, it's probably the most adaptable anime ever made. It could easily be done. They just fucked it up so badly. Whoa, Eva started as a show? I thought for sure Eva was a fucking manga. That's cool. Hot take. I kinda hate Evangelion. I think everything Eva tried to do, Xenogears did better. Oh, my dad doesn't like me and a robot's my mom. Oh, my mom's a robot and I hope people like me. Shinji? More like cringy, am I right? Fucking loser. I do agree that more I do agree that more anime characters should jerk off on unconscious people. I think that was a great decision they made. Really set it apart from the crowd. Every time I rewatch Cowboy Bebop or Vampire Hunter D, I'm like, you know what? No one's jerking off on unconscious people. Kinda weird. Maybe throw that in next time, guys. Maybe learn something from the masters. The only thing I like about the show is the art. The art and the music are great. All the aesthetic stuff is great. I just don't like the plot. All the art, all the designs, all the music, all that shit's awesome. The other thing I love about Eva is the back half of Eva is the creator's commentary on how much he hates the fans. Like, Shinji jerking off on the unconscious body of Asuka, is that her name? Right? Is him directly saying, it's him commenting on the fact that the fans turned her into a sex object. It's literally like, he's treating Shinji like the fan base and making her an unconscious female body for them to jerk off to, robbing her of all agency. Like, it's a really good commentary on hating your fan base. There's a really good YouTube video breaking down all the commentary he put in the back half of Eva to shit on the fans. I love that part of it. I love the meta stuff he does. But yeah. His whole belief that his characters were basically serving the purpose of empty vessels for nerds to jerk off to. How long do you think it's going to be before Netflix or somebody tries to adapt Eva into live action? That would be tough. Those battles would be tough to do. Those would be super hard to do, actually. I don't think they're going to do it. You'd need a lot of really good CG to do that. Like a shocking amount.
Let's kick the beat. It's your turn.
I think if they make Ava, they're gonna age the characters up. I think if they do it in live action, they're all gonna be 18.
Africa, Mexico, Sicily, Tijuana, India, Osaka, Indonesia. Africa, Mexico, Sicily, Tijuana, India, Osaka, Indonesia. Africa, Mexico, Sicily, Tijuana, India, Osaka, Indonesia. Africa, Mexico, Sicily, Tijuana, India, Osaka. Just bring us back to. Let's kick the beat. 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 Mushroom hunting. Mushroom hunting. Mushroom hunting.
Yeah, I agree, Rails. I could see that, Miguel. Do you prefer Miguel or Mike?
Mushroom hunting.
I never asked you that. I can see that. I could see you being your brother's Griffith. You're doing pretty good. Doing pretty good in life. Is today... Today is April Fool's Day. What are the best things trending right now? What are the best, you know... What are the best hoaxes? It's a good place to stop. Yeah. Can't blame you there. Do I ever play multiplayer games? Not often. I usually play video games as an escape from socializing, not to socialize more. The only time I would play something is if something cool was coming out that me and Dave were both gonna play, like Helldivers, or we got into Monster Hunter World when that came out. We played a lot of that. Like, if it's, I don't play like shooters or anything to go into like, you know, lobbies with tons of people. If it's something I can play with a friend, then sure. But that's about it. No, Dave plays games. He's playing Dragon's Dogma right now. And he's playing Final Fantasy VII. He's always played games. He just doesn't have a ton of time. It's like, he only plays stuff he really wants to play, because he can't, like, you know, spend time casually playing stuff just to play. But yeah, he's always played games. Kim does too. I guess the boys are really into Zelda lately, watching them play Zelda. Elon Musk plays tons of games. Elon Musk is like a big Bethesda fan. No, he definitely Elon Musk definitely plays games. He talks about the stuff he plays in a few interviews. I got to the end of Tears of the Kingdom, but I didn't beat it. Dave and Kim are playing through it right now. I got to the end, I just didn't beat it. Because Final Fantasy 16 came out, and I was doing a thing for that for work, and I had to jump onto that immediately. I never went back to Zelda. I should. I just got sidetracked and never went back to it. I don't know. Jeff Bezos responded to an email I sent them once. Just because people are rich doesn't mean they don't have time to do weird shit. Wow. Wow. I need a change of music. What are we gonna listen to? What are we gonna listen to? I never played Nier. Apologies if the stream gets taken down, guys. I don't know if this playlist is gonna trigger me or not. Hi, Mia. Oh, here's my snake boy. He's a snake boy. Oh. Slithery bits. Hey, Chris K. So many slithery bits. Adios. That's a good suggestion too, Fallout. streaming for 3 more hours, guys. Then I gotta go to the gym, okay? Any advice for an intermediate artist how to get jobs? Look at what everyone's doing and do something different. Make your stuff stand out. Always good. Attaching yourself to an IP to get eyes on it, like a version of fan art, is usually pretty good. Pretend you have the job you want, and then start making the work that you would like to be doing at that job, and then put it out in the universe, and you can manifest that job coming to you sometimes. Network with other intermediate artists, and find people that are going through similar things and have similar experiences to build up a network. When one of them gets a job somewhere, or you get a job somewhere, you can help each other out if that place needs more people. That's always good to do. Try different styles and diversify what you're, if you think you have to do one thing, get out of the pigeonhole you're in. Look at other stuff you could be doing. Try and figure out exactly what you'd like to do by looking at your favorite artists, not just artists you think get work, just art in general. That's always good. And then, of course, the boring, tried and true answer is keep making work, keep studying, keep forcing yourself to get better. And, yeah. Streaming is also good. Build up an audience, let people watch you, let people follow you. Yeah, all those things are good. All those things help. No problem. Oh, taking too long on this part of the painting. I gotta wrap this up. This is just, I can't quite get this to look the way it should, and it's bothering me. Let's go back up to the skin part. I haven't met him. I know who you're talking about, though. No, don't look at stuff that's trending. Don't chase popularity, Chris K. Try and figure out what you actually enjoy doing and what you like. Figure out what your dream job would be and then pretend you have that job. Like if everybody, what I was trying to say is like if everybody's doing concept art portfolios and they all look very similar, do something else. Don't chase that. Or if you are gonna chase it, switch the style up significantly. I'd be happy to look at your portfolio. You just have to send me your Discord name in chat. If you have a Discord name, I can add you and look at your portfolio. Chris K. I have abandoned so many pieces after putting in 30 or 40 hours, and they haunt me, and I'm trying to finish all of them now. This is technically one of those pieces. I walked away from this one for a long time. I'm talking getting a job regardless of social media, yeah. I'm gonna add you in Discord. Alright, I sent it to you. Shoot me your portfolio. Do you want me to show it on screen or not? It's up to you. I will respect your wishes either way. It's fine. Okay. Alright, let me take a look here. Well, I got good news. You're developing some very good rendering and color skills. The bad news is that your critique is going to be the most boring of all critiques, which is that you need to work on your fundamentals, specifically anatomy. So let's see, let's take a look. All right, so piece like this. Values are good, concept is good, designs are good, colors, rendering, you're getting there. Your brushstroke economy, your ability to blend and pull details, the areas of focus versus areas of losing things are great. You definitely want to be a fantasy card artist, I can tell that. The problem is just your drawings. Your drawings, your anatomy just need to be tighter. That's really all it is. There's just some wonkiness. Like, I would recommend, honestly, his leg fell off. Get a figure like this and pose it for your characters, and like just really study the hell out of anatomy and foreshortening, because that's your big thing in your pieces. Let me take a look at some more stuff. Like your Picard painting is good. Let's see what else. Like this is getting there. There's some a little bit of wonkiness in the arm and the foreshortening in the characters. Like the face here isn't quite right. But your rendering and your colors and your economy of stroke and all that stuff is all looking pretty good. This face is pretty strong. You know, the perspective on that's pretty good. This one's pretty good. Her chin probably needs to come out a little more, but like that's getting somewhere. You're moving in a good direction. I mean, your stuff's getting progressively better as I go through the portfolio, so that's good. But yeah, you just gotta draw more anatomy stuff. You could absolutely, probably within a year or two of really. This one's great. This is my favorite piece in your portfolio. Deckard Cain is like a podcast hip hop guy. Hell yeah, that's great as a DJ. That's an excellent piece. But yeah, I would say if you just practice drawing, less painting, more drawing. Draw. Get your anatomy tighter. If your anatomy's tight, your painting skills are at a point where you could get work. Your color skills are at a point where you can get work. You're clearly willing to push yourself. You're willing to do complicated compositions and foreshortening and stuff. The problem with your fundamentals is 100% just the drawings need to be tighter. You can absolutely get there. It's just, you know, it's one of those eat your broccoli critiques where you just gotta draw anatomy more. Just the figures in space. But yeah, keep pushing. You're close. You're getting close. You'll have work soon. Just keep pushing. Trust me, you're well on your way. You're like 75% there. You just need some more fundamental core stuff. But yeah, good work. Yeah, just keep pushing, man. You'll get there. Yeah, you're very close, Chris. You could get work within a year. Like you're not far at all. A lot of people, I know I do this too. I'm very guilty of this, so I feel comfortable mentioning it in a critique. A lot of people want to jump right into the painting because they want to get to the fun part and they don't want to do a tight drawing. I'm super guilty of that. I do that all the time. It's just a habit you have to try to break. You have to be very conscious of it. Because when you jump right into the painting, it takes a long time to fix mistakes because you have to go in and, you know, actively move and smudge things and get things where you want them to be. Whereas if you draw it right the first time and then do your flats and render it out, you save a ton of time because all the technical issues are done on the drawing. Yeah, exactly, Chris. It's based. Yeah, you know exactly what I'm saying. You can absolutely get work soon, though. You're not far. You just gotta draw. He's pretty close to Paizo. I don't know if he could get it right now. He could get it within a year, though. He's pretty close to Paizo. Like, you could probably do some Pathfinder stuff really soon. You might be able to get it now. I mean, try applying. You're very close. I'd say that they're probably going to want the drawings a little bit tighter, but it's worth trying. You're very close to it. Yeah, you're definitely like a matter of months to a year maximum away from being able to work for Pathfinder. You're not far. Keep the faith. Keep working. No, jobs aren't going to go away. Pathfinder's not going to switch to AI. No. Stuff like D&D and Pathfinder are based in a fan community, and the fans love the artists. So if the companies switch to AI, the fans would boycott the games. So like those are pretty safe jobs. You're fine. Just look at what happened with Wizards of the Coast when they tried to use AI. Like they got fucking blasted. Yeah, you're fine, trust me. There's also a big AI boycott happening in the United States that's probably going to get bigger because of legal liability issues. A lot of companies are telling people that if you use AI, they can't work with them because it's not super safe for copyright infringement reasons. But yeah, the jobs aren't going to go anywhere, trust me. When in doubt, if you want to work on something and you're willing to take, you know, a pay cut, but still get something in front of people, go through Kickstarter and look for games that are funded or close to funded that might need artists and reach out and go, hey, I'm willing to work for not much in order to get some experience and a little bit of money and get my stuff in front of people. Because then if the Kickstarter gets made, you can say that you're a published artist. People will see your work. When you go to your next portfolio, you know, submission, you can say, I've worked on this thing and this thing and this thing, and they'll be real things. Small teams on Kickstarter always need more people to help out. And it's not like Pathfinder pays a ton of money, so like, you know, Kickstarter stuff usually pays fairly comparably. Yeah, do you have, do I have you on Discord, Captain Research? I take portfolio submissions on, Discord, so if you want to throw your Discord in the chat, I can add you. Good fair market rate for card illustrations? It depends entirely. If you work for Magic the Gathering, it's like 1 to 2,000. If you're working for a lesser company, it's usually like 400 to 600. That's usually the rates. Magic the Gathering kind of sets the standard because they're the top tier. You're not going to get more than 2,000 per card image typically, but yeah. Low-end card illustrations are like 100 to 300. I think like White Wolf back in the day paid 100. Mid-tier is probably 400 to 600. I've done a couple card things that were like 400. Magic the Gathering usually starts around 1,000, caps out around 2,000. Because painting jobs are usually, like, sexier. Like, they look more exciting. The image looks like a painting instead of a drawing, and for most people a painting feels more finished. So it's, like, more attractive. I would assume that's why. Also because drawing's difficult. I mean, that is definitely a factor. when you draw, it's harder to hide the flaws. When you paint, you can hide flaws in your work real easily. But I don't share my Discord. I just ask if you want a portfolio review, you can just drop your name in chat, and I'll add you. No, there's other drawing jobs. I did a lot of drawing jobs for tabletop miniature games. They would need tight drawings of stuff to give to sculptors, so sculptors could make like monsters and stuff. I did that for years. Made so much money doing that shit for a long time. Those were cool because they had to do like they have to do like whole armies. So they'd be like, you know, we need like, you know, 30 pieces in this army and 30 pieces in this army, and then we need edits on all these pieces to do variants, and like each one would be like 100 to 150 bucks, but they wouldn't take long. I could do like 3 or 4 in a day. So then when it added all up, you'd get like, you know, $10,000, $20,000 per set. But it was like for tons of little drawings. Yeah, if you can find a successful miniature company, that's a pretty good gig. Those were Kickstarter jobs for me, yeah. There's other companies that aren't Kickstarters, but the ones I did were all Kickstarters.
Ain't it funky? Ain't it funky? Ain't it funky?
All right, dude, I'm looking at your work. You could already get Paizo work. What do you mean? What? Hold on. I'm just trying to get more consistent work and ascend. Oh, okay. You're trying to get past Paizo work. Okay. I thought you were saying you're trying to get Paizo work. I was like, you can already get it. My bad. I'm gonna type to you in Discord. Yeah. All right, so trying to get out of Pathfinder and ascend to other things. Well, because you're already a Pathfinder interior illustrator, the obvious next step would be Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering, because you're in the RPG pipeline. So, let's take a look at this. Oh, I can't drag it. Copy image. Let me try that. I'll paste it onto my piece. We'll look at it here on my painting. This is really good. Like this is moving in a good place. I would say there is a little bit of wonkiness with the anatomy. Maybe, you know, you could do cooler stuff with the swoop. Like I don't know. If I was doing this composition, I'd probably have his, like, cape have come down in the back like this, and maybe have that with some of the background poking through it over here. Like, make them longer, you know, kind of thing, and kind of do like a kick so the cape pushes back the eye towards his face. More swirls, more like, you know, have the cloth go longer. So if you want to get out of interior illustration and card stuff, the card art's about maximizing the canvas of the card space. So like, you know, the more stuff you can do to activate the eye, move stuff around, like I would probably take this whole thing. Everything's kind of tight in this spot. I would move this over here on the other third. I would get that out of the way, so there's some room for it to breathe. Because right now it's like really close to his like staff and his like body. Yeah, fill that in real quick. Sorry, this is super sloppy paint over. You're gonna have to use your imagination for a lot of this. But yeah, I would get that over there, possibly even further over there. Yeah, I think it's actually gonna go even further. I don't think that black rock needs to be there at all. I don't think this needs to be here at all. This can just go. Get your dragon guy. You know. So I'd have his cape curl up back here. I'd have the fire be the whole background over here too. Bring that fire color out. Bring it over here. Get rid of the rocks. Yeah.
We have the honey drippers in the house tonight, and they just got back from Washington, D.C. I think they got something they want to say.
And then, let's see. The angle he has it right now is... Try something here. Try something. If you made it more of like a diagonal up through the card, and you had him had his staff coming down like this up here, you might have to resize it slightly, move his body down slightly. But if you had the card more of a diagonal through the piece, maybe put his hand down here holding it. The other thing is you want this to be the brightest thing because it's what's lighting up his body. So right now the staff isn't bright enough. So you want to have whatever that orb is be the brightest, you know, so it's casting down onto him.
We take you to the Hotel Martinet in Brooklyn.
You can keep the design of your staff. It's a cool design. I'm just doing roughs here. Like, for card art,
Lesson 2.
it's going to be more about... It's like your drawing and your rendering skills are pretty good. It's going to be more about the composition and maximizing the space allotted for the card. So, like... Bring this up. There's your dragon guy in the background. So you got your big dragon here in the background. He's waking up. It's cool that you're, you know, using that, bringing that light, bring a little bit of that into his eye so it isn't so muddy. I think the colors getting a little muddy is good, but you gotta watch out for having it be too muddy in the background. Have a little bit more dynamism. So there's his eye. There's this socket thing. His mouth. I'd say the only other thing you can do to get more dynamism here for a card illustration is, let's see, have that. So now you got some layering. Part of the cloth is going over the staff, parts descending behind it. Let's see.
You got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Let's see.
Excuse me, y'all.
This is super rough paint over. I apologize. So get this. The only other thing I would do, you get this big dragon waking up in the background. The only thing I would do personally, this is a personal thing. I'd bring some of the fire color up to kind of, you don't want him to be purple and blue against purple and blue. Bringing that warmth up will help pull him off the background a lot. So you know, it's a dragon piece. There's fire. You can have liberties with the fire. You can bring that up higher. You can have a bit more of that warmth up here to serve as sort of like a halo around him.
Now then, let us
You can
have
play
some
with that. You can take some liberties.
Forward, back.
A bit more of that.
Back, forward.
The only other thing for the background, maybe some baby dragons. I'm just gonna, like, you know, just to break up the big one thing. You could have some little drakey things, you know, like flying around. Like maybe he's, you know, the mother dragon woke up and then there's some more flying in the background kind of thing. Maybe one is like laying on it, sleeping on the mother dragon, like, you know, just that way you can light them up from the bottom with the fire and just have more stuff going on in the background. Very last thing for a card, maybe I like his smile, but cards, they want things to usually be the maximum amount of exciting for a card. Maybe have him just go full cartoon evil. Just do like, even just like opening the mouth a little bit so he's like really loving being evil. He's just having a great time being evil. You know? Just to make it more exciting. Like, instead of smiling, make him laughing. Instead of like, have him be like, like, just go full. If the halfway mark is a smirk, make it a full laugh. Make him like enthralled with being evil. He's having a great fucking time, you know? Yeah.
And say, children, what does it all mean?
Yeah, I'd probably do something like this to make it a card. That way you're like, you're maximizing the space. It's like, if I do a red line over it, so you've got this guy hugging one of the thirds on the upper third. You got this eye here. This eye could go all the way over here. Honestly, it could come down here if you wanted it to. That eye could go in a few different spots. I'd probably bring it over there. You've got this thing up in the corner, and you can have the light from it being radials that come up to it. Everything, this kind of makes him a triangle, doing the cloth like that and the cape. The swoop of this cloak brings your eye back up towards him. This dragon should be not looking at us. The dragon should be looking probably at him. So that's another thing you can do to force the eye to come back to the center of the canvas is, instead of this, do like this. So now it's very clearly looking at this dude, you know? This dude woke the dragon up. And his staff is kind of reflected in it. So it connects the two of them. Doesn't have to be that dark though. It just needs to be looking at him. But yeah, I would probably do this. And then if you wanted to go extra, and pull the background into the foreground, you could take this, copy, merge, paste. You could take this, bring it over here. Oop. Rotate it down to here. If you really want to go extra and bring the background into the foreground, do this, blend that out. Here's his arm. That's probably better anyway, even if you just did that, because it activates more of the canvas. But if you really wanted to go extra, you could have one of the baby dragons in the background that he's waking up. Have it perched on his arm like he's a falconer. Really bring the background into the foreground, because his armor is not super dragon themed. So right now it's just like a lich guy with a dragon. But if you wanted to, you could make him like a dragoner instead of like a falconer. And let me think compositionally what would make the most sense. Probably to drop the head, actually. Drop the head like here. Have something perched on his arm there. I don't know what we think here. If I want to put fire in its mouth, you could have its mouth open with like the spooky flames. I'm just blocking into shape for a dragon here. It's not going to be anything too detailed. Pull some colors from the background. If it was here, its eye would be like there. Do an arm, a wing. But yeah, you could put something perched on his arm like that. Or you could, let's see. You could do like a swoop. You could do one coming up from behind him like this, with its mouth, like here, flying up from behind him with a cool like open wing thing, and then the other wing would come around behind him like that. That could be cool. Put some fire in its mouth. You can block one in like that, and then you have more of an X composition. But yeah, just think of ways to bring the background into the foreground. Yeah, I think I like the swoop more than the one perched on his arm, so maybe something like that. Bring one wing out like this. And then, because it's underlit with the flames, you could catch some of the fire in there. Fire down here. But yeah, just some suggestions. Card art's going to be about maximizing the rectangle, though. So you want to make it look as cool as possible in the space allotted. But I think, bare minimum, I would change his pose to this. I think bare minimum I would do that. It's just more dynamic than having the arm bent over like that. Having it just like extended out is like, you know, maximum diagonal. The swoop and the diagonal arm are big compositional bonuses. But yeah, your stuff's good. Let me see. Is there anything else? Probably the one of the girl in the apothecary is good. Like this could already, with a little more. Let me see. Copy image. With a bit more rendering, this could probably already be card art. She probably needs, the anatomy is a little weird. She needs her body to be a little bit lower, like the, I'll do a red line here. Or I guess for this color palette, I'll do a yellow line. I'll just do a white line, actually. Be easier to see. Because right now, her chin's here and her, like, breasts are here. I would probably drop the torso to, like, here, have the belt start here, and come down to here, kind of thing. Like, that just gives, because right now it's very pushed up into her chin, like, the heave of, like, where her bosom is like, really, really high. And, like, it makes her head look too big as a result. Like, everything else is kind of smashed down. So I'd probably do this. And then her arm also looks a little short. So either shrink her head or bring her hand over here. Either do this to make her arm longer or just make her head smaller. And then, yeah, this can get away with it. I'd probably bring the diagonal of the arm down to here just to imply that her arm's a little bit longer than it is. This is all fine. Background looks good. I would avoid the straight lines if you can. Maybe instead of it being like a square traditional room, maybe have the lines of the shelves kind of wrap around her and do something like this, you know, with some foreshortening. Maybe like make it a circular room or something, just so there's, number one, kind of a cool halo effect that wraps around her head, but also number two, you just want to avoid straight parallel lines in the background because that makes cards feel flat instead of dynamic. So if you curled the shelves around like this, that would help a lot. Then these lights are cool. I would bring them down lower, make them more of a feature thing. Those Persian lights can usually hang in clumps like this, so you can make it as long as you need to. I'd bring those down. Having the person in the background talking to the skull, totally fine. Check the perspective on the table with the perspective in the background. This thing's cool. I would do more. Also, these parallel lines with the rug, get rid of that. Either get rid of it completely or make it a diagonal. Just you don't want straight parallel lines. Anytime you see lines that are doing this, just get rid of it. It'll kill your piece faster than anything. It's better to have nothing there than to have parallel straight lines. Since you're in a place full of junk, the easiest thing to do is add more junk. So in the background over here, if you're not sure what to do, add another jar, add smaller jars that are piled up on it. Like, you know, fill the space with more stuff instead of showing the floor. Just add, you know, show enough floor to get away with the fact that, hey, this is a space with a floor. But instead of flat, straight lines, just add more things to the room. These are all fine. That's fine, that's fine. The books look good. The books are not straight lines. That's good. This feels a little weird. This curtain feels a little strange. If you were gonna do this, I'd probably just get rid of the curtain, honestly. But if you're gonna keep it, I would have it be pulled to the side. I would have the gold come back from the background as some kind of tassel that's tying it with stuff hanging down. And then I would make it not all the way to the edge. I'd have there be some more of the background probably showing over here. Just a little bit, so it's not so thick. But yeah. Yeah, that's probably it for that one. It's mostly the anatomy of the girl and the flat lines in the background are the things that have to go. Yeah. Is there anything else? Any other ones that jump out? This could be a card already. It's pretty close. The big problem is the composition. He's a little too centered, and his face anatomy is a little off. So if you brought him like, you have a windmill over here that's on fire. Okay. So what I would do, if you want to make this a card, you want to, again, play with the composition and the thirds and stuff. I would take this guy. I would, again, just think about the composition. I know he's imposing and he's big, and that's the point, but you don't want him going all the way to the top. I'd probably bring him down to like here, so his eyes are at least on one of the fourths instead of the thirds. I would paint this out. Get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. Get rid of this, get rid of this. You've got the flames in the background, so I would bump the flames. You know, the village is on fire. Bump the flames to really silhouette your guy, make him pop. You know, this place is, you know, use the flames are a freebie. Flames, cloth, foliage. These are all freebies to help you fudge a composition to be exactly what you want it to be. You can use these to emphasize things by, you know, they're all things you can take a lot of creative liberty with to force a composition to make the eye go where you want it to go. So where the flames are and how bright they are can be used to perfectly emphasize areas of the image you want to be emphasized. The burning windmill that was in the background, I would keep. I would just move it over to the other side here. I would, if you want to have a windmill in the piece that's burning, number one, I'd add more than one, because windmills are kind of, you know, iconic, and they stand out. So I'd maybe have like one here that's standing, and then, you know, maybe in the background have another one or something, and then have the flames, you know, turn them apart, throw that there. You can show more of the village burning over here in the distance. This tree, if it's going to be here, I think needs to come up more and be more of an element of the composition. You could get rid of the tree, or what you could do is have it be cutting through the piece to balance out the character. You know, you could do this kind of thing and have the windmills poking through from behind it. That adds a nice layer of depth. You can also show that the tree is burnt and charred and stuff. Like, that could be cool. Yeah. Let's think. You've got this dead guy that he's holding here, this goblin. You could do like more dead ones, or a pile of dead ones, or burning bodies, or whatever it's going to be. But yeah, those are just some basic things. But I would definitely get him away from the center, and I would definitely shrink him a bit. Because if this was a portrait, like if you were doing like interior art, and it was just, let me see here. If it was just this, and it was like a, you know, a quarter page illustration, I'd be like, oh cool, yeah, that works. But as a wide, it's too much of the center. But yeah. Wow. Anyway, I could go through the rest of your stuff. I just don't have time. Let's see. But yeah, your stuff's getting really close to the point where you could jump ship and do, you know, magic or something else. This one, I will look at this one real quick. Come on. I will look at this one real quick. This one is probably the closest to being a magic card that you have. The lighting and the composition are really good. Some things you could do to make the composition better. Right now, there's a lot of action in the upper half. This all feels very active, and the bottom feels kind of flat. I would kick her legs back further. So follow this, because the thrust of the image, if you're following it, is very it's very this. That's the arc of the image. So you want to play into that arc. So have her front thigh, you know, here, and then have her back leg probably like, you know, in foreshortening, descending away in the distance, back here somewhere. And then cloth is a freebie, so you want to maximize what you're doing with the cloth. Have the cloth play into that swoop and really push the character up the direction you want the character to go. You know? Really, really force the eye up through that swoop. Yeah, the wings are looking pretty good. I don't have a ton of feedback on that. I would say be careful where you're putting the orange, because you want the emphasis to be on the face. So the wings, because feathers are transparent towards the edge, they're going to catch some of that orange, so that's okay. These can stay that way. that's fine. But definitely bring them up a bit. And then over here, you can keep some of the rays if you want, but I would definitely minimize where the orange is for emphasis on the face. I would play down some of that orange, because when you use that color everywhere, it flattens the image. It makes it so it's not as specialized. When it's everywhere, it kind of like, it gets pinks in more, and keep the orange as a specialty thing for her, you know. Do something more like this. Again, it's a halo effect. Halos are extremely effective with portraits, even implied ones. Especially if it's an angel, an implied halo is thematically good and compositionally good. I'd probably bring her hair over more. I don't know. Her hair feels, what would I do? Let's see. It feels like a missed opportunity, the hair. It's too close to the sword. I like her doing like the dual salute thing. I think that's cool. Just trying to think if there's a better way to do it. I think there's more you can do with her hair. I think you can make her hair bigger, because the only weird thing with her hair right now is that it's kind of a shared edge with the sword. It feels kind of tangent-y. So I'd either make it shorter or I'd make it longer. So it's going further behind the sword, or it's not going behind the sword as much. But yeah. What else? Is there a better place to put her sword? I don't know. I kind of like her doing the salute thing. I think that's cool. I haven't seen a lot of angel cards do that. The obvious would be to have her arm come out this way and have the sword be doing that. That also feels iconic. You could easily get away with doing that, but I do kind of like her doing the salute thing. But yeah. And then you've got these excess cloths. You could have another one of those ribbons coming down this way, since you already have it there. That could be another thing to force the diagonal in the piece. If you did this and you got rid of that, her hair would be up here. I think either way, the salute's cool too. I don't want to say not to do that. But yeah, there's a few things you could do to get away with this. But yeah, either way, if you did this one, make sure that ribbon continues in the background. Make sure you don't lose it behind her hair, because that makes a tangent. But yeah, I'd do either this or this. One of those two. And those are, this is probably your piece that's closest to being ready to be a card. The face is really well done. The colors are really well done. But yeah. Anyway. The music also stopped. So this is probably pretty fucking boring for you guys. So let me find some music to listen to. Oh, Lord. Anyway, I'll be right back. Oh, I got a pee now. You did it to me. You did it. Oh, I'm here. I'm back. Oh, I'm back. What up? Oh, man. All right. So anyway, there you go. Yeah, no problem. I hope that all made sense. The angel piece is looking really good. The one of the water girl looks really good too. Like you're very close. You just got to do stronger compositions. But yeah, your art's definitely good enough to make the jump with a little bit of push. And now back to mindless rendering. Wow. One of these days we'll do a all paint overs stream for like 6 hours. We'll just look at portfolios for a whole day. One of these days. That's true. Dave is doing composition challenges. But yeah, Captain Research, I think that dragon summoning lich kind of piece and that angel piece could both be pretty strong card contenders with a little bit of tweaking. Selection? I don't know what you mean by selection. Oh, I don't use the lasso tool to paint. I just use it for hard edges. Right now I'm trying to blend a bunch of mushy guts. If I was doing crisp edges, I'd use lasso. But right now I'm rendering some gross guts. Some goopy guts. leave it to me to make the scales go the wrong way. Okay. Alright. I should have trusted my instincts. I was correct. They were going the right way. I'm gonna try to have this done in the next week or two. There isn't a hard deadline on this, but there is a hard deadline on the next piece. And I want to get started on the next piece as soon as possible, so I'm gonna try and get this done in a week or two. And I don't want to work on both at the same time, because that would be creative suicide. That would destroy my productivity. Okay. Streaming for another 2 hours, guys, and then I'm actually, maybe only like 1 hour. I gotta get to the gym. Oh. Yeah, you can send me your portfolio on Instagram. I don't know when I'm gonna get a chance to look at it though. Might not be today. But yeah, send it over. I will get back to you. No problem, dude. figure this part out. This part's gross. I'm putting this part off. So this comes up. Alright, so this is actually more like this. And this curls up to here. I'm looking at the untextured 3D model of this character to figure out the forms of how they did this. So it's a weird reference. This comes all the way down. This comes all the way down into here, actually. Okay, cool. This one does this. I'll be back on stream. I'm gonna stop in about an hour, or a little less than an hour. I will be back on stream later tonight when I get back from the gym. I'm not sure what time that's gonna be though. Probably about 4 hours after, maybe a little less. Yeah. I might do like, I don't know, is once a week too much for portfolio reviews? I feel like we'd run out of portfolios. I don't know. Since me and Fezborough both work in spaces that look like churches, I think he actually lives in a converted church and mine has stained glass. Me and Fezborough talked about doing a Sunday stream together called Sunday Service, where we do portfolio reviews and stuff together. I thought that might be funny if we came in and, yeah, maybe we'll do that. Let me talk to him. Hey, Maddie. Take good care of my godchildren this week, okay? Show them a good time. I'm sure you'll do just fine. Are you guys going to Merrimack? I was trying to remember all the caves down there that were super cool when I was a kid. I haven't been in a while. I can't remember how close anything is down there to anything else. That whole area of the country just blurs together for me because it was always road trips every time I went. Oh, man.
Takes a genius to think it up, and even a 2-year-old can prepare it.
About a half hour, maybe a little more left to stream. Then I'm gonna go to the gym, and then I'll be back later tonight for even more. Tomorrow, no stream at the regular time. It'll be a nighttime stream because I gotta go back to the hospital with my mom. And then Wednesday is an all-day stream. Wednesday is like a 10-hour, so. Yeah, it's not like a caving cave. It's just a very, like, the only one I could think of that would allow, like, kids, maybe. They still might not allow kids, I don't know. I think I was 10 when I went. But, yeah. Later, Rails. Maddie, when are you going to start an oil painting stream called The Madhouse? When's it happening? Make it happen. I'd tune in. Dibba-dibba-dibba-dip. Dibba-dibba-dibba-dip. Paizo makes all kinds of stuff. There you go, Maddie. Good thinking. Ba-dibba-dibba-dibba-dip. Morel, I was gonna say motel hunting. I've been to some shady motels down there, but not for kids. The more I think about it, the more me and Fezber are starting a portfolio review paint over stream on Sundays called Sunday Service is the best possible idea. I gotta reach back out to him and say, hey man, we gotta get that going. Can start every stream with a little prayer. Be great. Dear Lord of Painting, I pray that my strokes be economic and my composition be strong. Protect me, O Lord, from noodling for too long on tiny details. And may those who love my work find it. I'll wear my monk outfit. I had to officiate a Renaissance-themed wedding and I dressed up like a friar, and I still have the outfit. I'll put that on for Sunday critiques. There you go. Yeah. I pray that as I share this knowledge, so too do others share my work, so that all the rising tide may lift all our boats. Amen. That'll be good. How long do you think we could do it before someone tried to report our stream for being offensive? They're making a joke out of church. Oh my god, if we put Gregorian chants behind all the critiques, so when you listen back to the VOD, it's like, Amen. With us being like, you want to move that dragon over to the third so the eye gets pulled up his tail into the fiery mouth. Add some bat wing motifs to that helmet to make him look wicked. With like, be very good. The more I think about it, the more I want to do it. Oh, God, I got no fucking sleep. Oh, boy. Yeah, they're gonna be all portfolio review streams with paint-overs and stuff. That was the plan anyway. We were gonna start something like that and do it on Sundays, because he lives in a converted church, and I designed the third floor up here, obviously, to have the stained glass. So we thought doing a Sunday stream and having it be church-themed would be very funny. Oh my God, we can... Oh my God! We can take confession and give people penitence and stuff and be like, thank you for coming today, my son, my daughter. You have to go do 12 anatomy studies and 3 composition sketches. Be great. People can confess their sins. Tell us about how they copy, paste, and flipped something to save time. You must study the human hand 3 days this week to make up for this egregious transgression. There you go. Yeah, exactly. To skip your thumbnails is to be human, my son. Go forth and do 13 composition sketches for your next piece. Only then will you be forgiven in the eyes of the Lord. I'm sorry, Maddie, that fucking sucks. That's great. Wonder what the 7 deadly art sins would be. There'd be plagiarism, obviously. There'd be using AI. So AI would be like the false god. Plagiarism would be theft. I don't think there's a direct correlation for murder. Unless you give up on a piece, like you kill it, like you get close to finishing and then you give up on a piece, maybe that could be murder. Right now what I'm doing is gluttony. I'm indulging in needless details. I'm committing the sin of gluttony. Photo bashing. I don't think photo bashing is deadly. Could be a sin though. Coveting. Coveting someone else's skills and career. Envy. Envy's a deadly sin. That one applies. It's all part of my secret master plan, guys. To turn my house into a legally recognized church for my own religion of art and get a massive tax break. You're all part of the plan. Lust. Yeah, doing not safe for work stuff. That's a very good idea. Needed some money, Lord. So I committed the deadly sin of lust and did some not safe for work furry art to make a quick 200 on DeviantArt. We've all been there. Short stack goblin. Whoop! Yo, Cesar. I'm doing this piece based on the video game Elden Ring. It's a big snake man with some little snake men and some more snakes and snakes, and then there's more snakes and snakes. There you go. Thanks for coming by. Oh, thanks, man. Glad you like it. Hopefully it's done relatively soon. We can move on to the next piece. It's coming along. Next piece is going to be a fucking nightmare. I'm just warning you, chat. That's going to take like over a month to do. Might take 2 months. Next piece is going to be a long haul, so get ready to be real bored. The next piece is my third Elden Ring piece. First one was this piece that we've... First one was this. Second one was this. Oh, these files are huge. So the third one's going to be the same composition as these, but it's going to be red, and it's going to be themed on the rot characters. So the bottom is going to be Melania with her wings out. The top's going to be Radon with all the dead bodies from his battlefield and the stars in the sky. Then the frame is going to be all the architecture from the Halig tree with the rot stuff from Kayla growing all over it. So I think we're going to kickstart book 3 in the fall, but it depends. I think it's going to be kickstarted in the fall and deliver in the spring, but I'm not sure. There's a few things that could change when book 3 comes out that are in flux, but it looks like probably Kickstarter in the fall. Might push it to next year for tax reasons. Not sure yet, but we'll see. When the money comes into the account is gonna factor in a little bit, so. I've definitely been where you're at with the 2 a.m. hanging out, vibing on a stream. I feel you there. You are more than welcome to hang out for as long as you like. I'll be on here for another half hour, and then I gotta go to the gym. But you can definitely chill with us for the next 30 minutes. Feel free to subscribe if you want to watch more. I'll be back tomorrow night, and I'll be back all day Wednesday. So. What happened to my old, I'm gonna color a little bit of it, not all of it. What happened to my old trainer? He got a CTE and he can't train anymore. He had a lot of brain damage from being a Marine over in Iraq and Afghanistan. And then when he got in a fight in that bar brawl, someone hit him over the head with a bottle and it triggered a CTE to happen, which is a brain injury from head trauma. So he can't train anymore. He's still a good friend of mine. I still see him, but he's unable to train. Can't do anything that's gonna fuck up his head. Sustaining concussive force to your head builds up over time. It's the same thing that football players get a lot, and it can lead to some really serious effects if you don't keep it in check. So, no heavy lifting for him, no strenuous activity, unfortunately. But he has a pretty, he's got his military pension and shit from being a Marine. He's pretty good financial shape. He's mostly just bored. But yeah. If you've ever seen the famous photo of the Marines pulling down the statue of... They're standing off to the side while the statue of Saddam Hussein's getting pulled down when General Mattis went into Baghdad. My trainer is in that photo. He was part of General Mattis's first group that went in. He's had a pretty crazy career. He's an interesting dude, but What would I do if Dave looked at me and said, "Soon only the goddess Althena will stand in my way"? I'd probably go, "Oh, David. Oh. Yeah." That's probably what I would do. I'd go, "Oh, oh." Some people won't get that reference. And they don't deserve to. That was the hardest voice to do in the audiobook. That dragon voice. I can't do that without coughing every single time. That's the fastest way to fuck my throat up. But I love it, and I'm not gonna stop doing it. Oh, Galleon. Urgh. It's like very Frank Oz, borderline Yoda. Adios, man. You're welcome here anytime. Hope you get a good night's sleep. What's up, Nate Dog? I made a very bad unrushed art book. Can I get an awkward quote? What? Yeah, I'll get a quote. Sure. I'll give you a quote. I gotta see the art book though. Gotta see it first, obviously. Can't just give you a quote based on nothing. I mean, come on. Unless you want a quote about something that isn't related to the art book. If I'm just like, Dragon's Dogma 2 is a flawed masterpiece, set in the same world as the first game. Just do something completely unrelated. You do that. There you go. Hold on. What the fuck am I listening to? When did this become piano music? What's going on? Oh. What do we got? 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 We'll see if I get copyright struck for this. I love this song. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I don't want lyrics. No, no, no. I don't want singing. I hate singing. I hate it. I hate it. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Oh. I think I can get this section done by tomorrow, which is good. This was a nightmare section. Yeah, it's big resolution. Thanks, guys. See if I can get it done by the end of next week. That's the goal. We'll see if I can do it. I managed to get that Genova thing start to finish in 10 days, so hopefully I can. This one's a little fucking nuts on the details though, but we'll see. Hopefully I can knock it out. Do some more arms, tentacles, and things. The arms are easy. This shit on the inside is what's a nightmare. That's great. Cyberpunk April Fool's Day. It's good. Wow. I thought obscure Japanese jazz would be obscure enough.